This was, in fact, a real surprise for me. Because, let's face it, the first film did not do extraordinarily well at the box office. It was there for a very short time. And so the fact that they were even considering a second one was a big surprise to me, and, well, like manna from heaven, a real treat. It was made between April and May of 1995, which is about 5 years after the first one, so I thought it was dead and gone. Nevertheless, I was thrilled to have another crack at Bert, and when I heard Fred Ward was coming back, along with Chris Garden and Helen Shaver, I was thrilled to be part of that company. One of the things that's different is in the first film, of course, you saw the graboid, and this was the introduction of the heat-seeking shriekers, unknown to Bert, and getting him in a lot of trouble, which provoked a great line written by our screenwriters. You screenwriters will probably remember the line. It was when he got into trouble saying, "I feel I was denied," say it with me,
critical need to know information.
Famous line from the second film. One of the things I think was hallmark of all the Tremors films, and particularly these first ones, is the visual gags. The first ones, of course, you had the pole vaulting. In this one, you had several characters creeping behind the doors of a half-built warehouse as they were trying to escape the heat-seeking quality of the Shriekers. Another thing I loved about this, as well as the original, is that the writers were not afraid of quiet moments. These were, after all, monster movies, action-adventure movies. But these writers were not afraid of having quiet moments, such as the one between Fred Ward and Helen Shaver, when he discovers that she was the playgirl of the month that he had always admired many, many years ago. And they had that lovely chat on top of an oil tank. At a quiet moment, again, the writers are not afraid in an action-packed movie to have some character growth and some character relationships. It's one of the things I've always loved about the writers in this piece. Of course, there are great reversals in this piece, as there always are in the Tremors film. Great ironic moments. Bert, for example, kills a shrieker with his .50 caliber single-bore rifle, and of course we find out that it penetrates multiple objects before it had taken out the shrieker, and finally at the end of that little stroll across the area, they find out that same shell has gone through multiple objects and landed right in the engine block of their escape vehicle, so they're not going anywhere. Barricading themselves, another great ironic moment is they barricade the Shriekers in a warehouse, only to find out that the warehouse is full of food that they will use and multiply. And there are a great many things in here. I don't want to give away too much for those who haven't seen it before, but let me just say that for fans of large explosions, the end of this film is practically heaven sent.